Okay, so here's part two. Just starting up the software. So this is software that I wrote based on what you saw in part one, the piano roll. So I used OpenFrameworks and Supercollider, C++ and OpenFrameworks, Supercollider. It's all free, open source software, and it's all, the reason I went to the trouble of learning these things is because they're fast, and I'll get into the details later. Okay, so I'm going to open up the file, recording. Okay, so each of these, this is what I call a frame. It's 81 by 81 pixels. Each of these squares or pixels are a note, so it duplicates the piano roll in that it's high to low. And I'll add a frame and show you. So it's like drawing the notes. So I just fill up each frame with using that form, that familiar form, roughly even scattering, which is a form that I use throughout my work. It's very simple, easy, mundane task, and as I'm doing it, I can just sort of let my mind wander, and whatever it is I'm feeling or thinking at the time is encoded in these forms. And it's sort of a way of bypassing composition and too much intentionality, which can obscure the information that I'm most interested in, which is the living presence, the psyche that is encoded in each of our gestures. So I've reduced the creative process to a simpler form as possible, so that all the baggage of composition is not obscuring this information. So yeah, every gesture we make has this information in it. So anyways, so you can see there's 101. I just added one frame to show you, but this recording consists of 100 frames, each of them drawn by hand, and they all consist of the same form, same general form, roughly even scattering, and yeah, 100 frames. So there's two ways of playing back, and here's the first way. And the first way of playing it, actually I'll show you one other thing. High to low. Okay, so that's like the piano roll. So the piano roll is the same way, high notes to low notes, and then moving in this direction is time. So when I play this back, it'll be playing from left to right. So each column is the next frame of time. Anyway, so I'll play a little bit for you right now. Okay, so that's playback. So again, that's going from left to right, playing each column at once, just like it does in the piano roll in the multitrack. But the reason I made this software is because when I was drawing the notes in the piano roll like this, I also wanted to record the sequence of notes, the order the notes were drawn in. So as you see, I'm drawing right here. I can play back the order of these notes. I can't do that, and there's no easy way to do that in the multitrack. And I like making my own software because you aren't bogged down with a million other features that aren't needed. I can sort of tailor it to exactly what I need, so it's very simple, lean, and very fast, and yeah, exactly tailored to what I need. So anyways, as I was saying, the reason I made the software is so that I can play back the notes in the order that they were drawn. So it makes a kind of song, sort of tune that way. Okay, so I'll play back that for you. Okay, so that's the order that the notes are played back, or were drawn in, starting with frame 1 and going up to, frame 100. And yeah, and so that's not going from left to right, that's going the order the notes were drawn in. So, and it's playing it back very quickly. I mean, that's again the reason why I'm using things like OpenFrameworks and Supercollider, because they're so fast and it can handle that density and speed of notes. So yeah, I'm playing back the notes, and it's like a time lapse. What you see online, people, painting or doing some woodworking or something, and 2 hours is sped up, so it's played it back in 2 minutes. So this is the same sort of thing, a time lapse of the drawing of the notes. But I've simplified the creative process so much that it's very it's very simple. It's very simplified, formalized, simplified form of the creative process. So, and it makes it that much clearer, that much easier to discern particular aspects. So this is an overall direction that my art is going, in that I make artwork and then I employ different strategies to reveal different aspects of the creative content, the process of creation. And in this case, I'm just playing back the order that the notes were drawn. So pretty simple, but effective. And if listening to it, there's the one, there's the other. You can hear different aspects in each of these different recordings. It's the same material played back in different ways, and you can, the idea is that you can listen to it and hear aspects of the creative process, my psyche, the environment it was done in, mood, character, all those types of things can be read. So I like to call these recordings readings. So it's like I'm taking an impression, a psychic impression of my state and the environment within which this material was generated. So again, I've simplified the creative process enormously. That's kind of the scientific process where you eliminate a lot of variables, so you can sort of look closely at one aspect. So each of my different art pieces employ this approach where I reduce everything to very simple and focused forms, and each one has a different focus, and each one reveals a different aspect of the creative process or psyche or living presence. Ultimately, this is all about study of consciousness. Also, all of these notes are stored as a list of numbers, a very simple list of numbers, but I can again go further and start working with those numbers, which is something that I plan to do in the very near future, probably the next steps I'm taking. Anyways, thank you for listening. Oh, and by the way, I have an album. All the full recordings are on an album that is linked to in the description for this video. So please enjoy. Thank you.